Hello friends, I'm Uglyfish, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before, and today we're carrying on with our playthrough of Animal Crossing New Horizons. So, I haven't really been filming myself playing the game recently, I've just been plodding along, trying to get the 3 stars, getting some more villagers, trying to tidy the island up a little bit, and then yesterday it happened, 3 stars. So KK Slider's going to be on his way, Tom Nook's going to give him a little ring, he's going to pop over. Let's see how everything goes from there. I don't understand how Tom Nook got KK Slider's phone number. And if he had it the whole time, if he's that good a friend of KK that he's just casually got his number up. Because he's not ringing an agent there, he's ringing KK Slider. I know I say a lot about Tom Nook, but he's a man in the know, isn't he? He's got his little paws in all the pies. So to get 3 stars on Leningrad, I think all I needed was the right amount of islanders to come and live with me. In terms of decorating the island, there's very little I've done. I've got some fences around some gardens, I've got a lot of flowers, I've got a fair few trees, started an orchard. But in general, the island isn't anything special. There's huge areas of it that I've done nothing to. Still, it's good enough for KK Slider. Today's the day. Isabel's going to let me know that he's here. I think straight from this cutscene I'm going to be led to the concert. From what I've read, I can't really have a look around. So we'll see what KK Slider has to say. We'll jump through the concert. And then fingers crossed I will get my hands on the terraforming app and I can really start shaping this island. Whole village has come to see. I'm glad Tommy and Timmy have been given a break. I'm Blathers, glad to see he's enjoying himself. KK Slider always unnerves me a little bit. Because he doesn't wear any clothes. And it's the sort of, what are you going for? Some people have full outfits. Tommy and Timmy just wear aprons. The dog is naked. There's no consistency in the world of clothing, in the world of Animal Crossing. Oh, there's Hans right at the back. It's a terrible thing to say. I really want him to go away. So one of the big things, I'm going to skip through it, but now the credits roll and it really does feel like, in terms of storyline, in terms of goals, this is the end of the game now. The point was to get KK Slider here. Anything else that you do in Animal Crossing is now personal preference. So you do have the terraform unlocked, you can aim for a 5-star island, but there's no story anymore. Now it's just normal Animal Crossing, a sort of life simulator but with animals. I think I say this almost every video, it has been a very long time since I've started an Animal Crossing game. In terms of storyline, this is the one that I think has the most. There's my house, there's my outfit. I did enjoy KK's concert. Tom Nook is very happy. Oh, he's going to give me a copy of the song KK Slider played, and that is the main Animal Crossing theme. That's nice, because it is a nice tune. KK is going to be visiting us every Saturday to do a little concert. That's very usual. That's how it used to be. He used to play in the coffee shop, used to play in the comedy club. You can give him a request and he will record that for you. So I think the one everyone goes for is Bubblegum KK. That's the one on all the TikToks anyway. I don't know what I'm going to ask him for. Tom Nook is currently transferring the Island Designer app to me. There it is, little hard hat, ready to start getting Leningrad exactly the shape I want. I actually don't know if and what I'm going to do. I've thought about this far too much, to be honest. And part of me is like, yes, nice right angles everywhere, really shape the island. And then part of me now is so used to the way it's been. All its little islands, all the way I have to jump over everything. I quite like it, and you certainly could do stuff with it, but not much. It's hard to know. Maybe once I start terraforming, I'll really get stuck into doing it. Looking triumphant there. Time to focus on making island life better and better. So that is it. That's the end of the story. Everything now is just what I want to do to the island. And at this point, I'm not really sure. Though I had some ideas. I wanted to live in a spooky house on the top of a hill, surrounded by a spooky forest. I wanted nice grids down for the residential area. I've got my orchard, that's fine, not a problem there. Actually, when you think about it, it's a massive island. Can have a little look around now. I'm going to go and update the terraforming app. So not everything will be installed straight away. I think you only get a dirt path and a grass path at first. Everything else you've got to spend Nook Miles for, so I have been trying to save them up. Gonna get a little clump here. 3,000. Oh. Okay. That's tight, isn't it? Essentially, you've reached the end of the game, and you get 300 Nook Miles. Cheers, Tom Nook. Very generous of you. Let's have a look. You can redeem the cleanup service in case you get stuck. Why would you get stuck? What happens in this app that would make you get stuck? I hoped that you would be able to build inclines or cliffs bit by bit so you could sort of jump up them, save having to spend 100,000 bells at a time for a ramp, but apparently not. Here I go. Hard-hatted the ready. It looks like a little cement board. That's the dirt path. Yeah, that's all I've got. Glad I've been saving those Nook Miles up now. Should I maybe close the app for now? Go and buy the other things and then really start? There's no point laying dirt paths down now, is there? There might be paths that I like more. This stone path that I tried to do, I'm not a fan of. I was trying to go for a sort of cobblestoney, stepping stoney, natural look. And the problem is, with things just being a small grid, unless you make about 12 different tiles, it does become a very obvious pattern. I'm not a fan. I swapped a few out, but it still looks a bit naff. I haven't been looking at any of these things I've just been given. I got some gifts, that's good. Always happy to get free things. Let's have an open. Okay, so they're the tailor's tickets. Label is another sister of the Able sisters. She's made her way in the world on her own. She's becoming a fashion designer. She comes to your island mainly to collect market research, and if you complete it for her properly, she'll give you some tickets as a reward, and each of these tickets is worth 3,000 bells in the Able sisters, so that was a good present. Right, let's pop in, go and see Tom Nook and Isabel and see what they've got to say to me. Oh, got nothing to say because it's aerobics time. That's fair enough. Stay healthy. They don't get to leave the office that much, so anything to get the blood pumping. Good on yous. I've just got my little consecutive bonus. Let's have a look at Nook shopping first. Oh, that is nice. But that's a lot of bells for something to just sit there. KK Moody sounds... Oh, I like this Russian looking t-shirt. KK Moody sounds like it'd be up my street. Let's go and get that. I don't think there's anything else I want. I'm good. Let's have a look at what I can get with my Nook Miles. Waterscaping permits. 6,000! Don't get me wrong, I knew it was a lot. That's why I'd been saving up. 6,000 Nook Miles to waterscape and make cliffs. Oof. That's hefty. I really didn't realise it would be that much. The paths are really nice though. I've just scrolled through them very quickly, but from what I can see, it's very detailed, really nice, much better than that monstrosity I've made up by my house. It is an add-on, 6,000 miles, yes, redeem. Something I do have a big problem with in Animal Crossing, and a lot of people have said the same things, and it does make the game a little bit tedious. There's a lot of waffle. I don't really know if there has to be some kind of game process, some kind of computing thing to be going on. It's very boring to have to keep going through this process every time you want to buy something. You can't buy things in bulk. You go through the same dialogue options again and again. And it does, you know, I'd say you waste 10% of your game time just in dialogue boxes that you can't shake off. Still, we've got all the time in the world now, haven't we? There's no more goals to complete, and I am in lockdown. So, why not? I can do cliff construction. Excellent. Not that I know why I want to construct, but I'm certainly happy to give it a go. I might buy some paths. I'm not sure which ones I can buy. Oh, I can only buy one? I thought they were 1,000 each. I have not learned to count. I might buy a fence instead then. Or maybe 2 fences. The Imperial fence I would quite like in the little Zen chill out area. That is the only area I really know that I want. Above Tommy and Timmy's shop. I'll buy the stone fence as well. And then I'll come back and get paths later. Let's just shape the island for now. Doesn't need to be any rush. I'm not really sure if I am going to use all these fences. Potentially I'll never make it and it'll be a waste of Nook miles. But because those few things do rotate daily, there was a time where I needed simple country style, no, not simple country style, simple wooden fencing. Tom Nook gives you 50 once you first learn how to make fences. I assumed I got the recipe and 50 of those fences, used them all up, didn't have the recipe, had to wait about 4 days for it to turn round again. And that doesn't sound like a lot of time, but actually, when you're doing it, it is. Right, I've jumped ahead to the first little bit. Something that I have seen, and I think it's really interesting, is you don't need bridges, you can jump across small bits of water. So I would quite like to make some stepping stones. Would certainly save me 200,000 bells a time for a bridge. Let's see how this works. Cliff construction. Does that add land? Oh no, I'm just going to fall in there. Fall in the river and I can't swim. Oh, so literally that makes a pillar. It must have to be waterscaping that I need then. Actually thinking about it, that makes a huge amount of sense. There we go. Can I jump? Can I jump? Nope. Add a little bit more. Can I jump from that? That looks hideous. I don't plan to keep that in, but that is going to make things a lot easier to get round with now, rather than having to whip out the vaulting pole every now and then. And then I would like to close it off and make some stepping stones. Oh, look at that. That's graceful. Probably is easier to get the vaulting pole out, actually. There's a bit of a delay pushing up. Here we go. There's a little outdent. Happy with that. It seems quite easy to use. You don't exactly know what square you're aiming for, though. There's no... What is the word? Crosshair? Is that what I mean? You kind of have to assume that where you're looking at is right. And I have noticed a few times on this game, particularly when casting a rod out, sometimes you're not actually facing in the direction you think you are. Have a little... See, now I knew this would happen. Now that I'm walking round, I've become really fond of all the little bends and curves and rivers, and I don't want to change anything. What a waste of 12,000 Nook miles. I do want to get rid of this pond, actually. It is in the way of where I want houses to go. Fill it in. Bye-bye, pond. I feel like every time I talk about something new on this game, it's just me complaining. Doing things one square at a time. Again, with that big animation. Slightly tedious. At least it's just a small pond. Oh, honestly, that you'd have thought they could have filled that in, don't you? That one tiny square. As if I'd have wanted that. Oh, it looks like a sea. I can write words with ponds. Not in this case, though. I'm just going to fill it in. Splat. Oh, I didn't mean that. Fill it in. Oh, that was clumsy of me. Sometimes I complain about the game not doing what I want it to do. I also have to remember that I am hugely uncoordinated. I'm going to ignore that balloon because I don't need any more sky eggs. There's a lost item there. I'm just going to ignore most things for now, and my aim is to be doing a bit of terraforming to see what I think of it. Might pop up to my house on a hill. Haunted house on a hill? House on a haunted hill? Either way, and make myself a little pond. I've seen a few people make heart-shaped ponds. Not up for that. Can I make a skull-shaped pond? I'm sure I can. I'm not going to, because it sounds too complicated for me. Let's just get a bit of body of water at first. All the fish that lived in that pond down there, they can come up here and live in the new pond. Oh, I am not doing well. I would be a terrible landscaper. This, sometimes it cuts right angles. Sometimes it gives you a nice... There it is again. So I think you can slope things a lot, which is nice. That's how you can make your heart-shaped pond. That's how you can make round ponds. Certainly gives things a more natural, softer look. Maybe I'll go with that then. Nice pond. That could be half the skull there. I'm not going to stick with it. Oh, there I am being rubbish again. I think it would help. Oh, I really don't want to be keeping on complaining. It would help to have some kind of guideline so you know where you're digging. I had the same issue on Stardew Valley, I think, initially. Or maybe Minecraft. Some game like that. I just kept putting blocks down where I didn't want them. Made a terrible mess of things. Made a pig's ear of this. I'm going to stop filming now. I'm going to go and terraform badly without the pressure of a camera watching me. The next time you see me, hopefully we'll be on a 5-star Leningrad. So until then, bye!